Today I wanted to just talk a little bit about starting on a proper human diet, how I got started, maybe some things that you can learn from that maybe I struggled with a little bit. In June 2024, started on Carnivore Diet after hearing Jordan Peterson talk about it in one of his videos. Don't remember what the video was. It wasn't about his diet, but it just came up as a topic and it kind of fascinated me. So I started digging into it, and I had some things I wanted to do differently with my eating habits, lifestyle. A few of the things that I was struggling with was I was overweight. I walked around feeling bloated all the time. I had chronic heartburn. I had that for years. Those were some of the big ones, and I was on 3 blood pressure medications, and there was just a few things that I was dealing with, and I'm like, well, couldn't hurt to give it a try. A lot of people that were doing the carnivore diet were saying that it greatly improved some of that, if not fixed it. So did carnivore for probably a good 6 months. The first holidays of 2024, Thanksgiving came around and didn't do too bad. I think I maybe had some mashed potatoes, so I deviated from it just a little bit on maybe 1 day or 2 days, but not really enough to sidetrack me or derail me or anything. And then a few months after that, early 2025, kind of decided to start bringing in some more different foods just to see what I could tolerate, how it affected me, and I've had pretty good luck with that. I brought in some vegetables, that I actually like. I'm not saying that I really even like a lot of vegetables, but peppers and onions, things that really kind of go good with meat anyway. Just things like that. Early on in carnivore, I kind of stuck to dairy a lot, and of course, I always ate a lot of cottage cheese, and the cottage cheese was one thing that was really causing my heartburn to hang on. It improved with carnivore, but with the cottage cheese, I couldn't figure out. It's like, why do I still have heartburn? And I was just trying to figure out, well, what am I still eating that is really causing this to hang around? And the only explanation was cottage cheese. And so I stopped cottage cheese, and literally within a day or two, the reflux went away. And really, I rarely have heartburn trouble anymore. If I do, it's minimal. I'm certainly not taking the omeprazole every day, multiple times a day, like I did for years, which is awful for your system. But so I do keep some of that around, but compared to what it was, it's almost non-existent. I'm down to 2 blood pressure medicines now. Got off of one of them. I do drink a lot of caffeine. That's probably why my blood pressure is still a little on the high side. So that's the next thing I'm working on is caffeine. So hopefully I'll continue to lessen that. But that's the one thing I'm working on right now, diet-wise, that I need to fix. But yeah, I've had friends and family that have adopted this and seen a lot of results. I've had a family member that's lost nearly 100 pounds. It's just, everybody's different. I didn't have that much to lose. I think I'm down about between 50 to 60 pounds, and probably I didn't realize I had that much weight to lose. I think most people have more to lose than what they realize. Once you start losing it, it kind of just keeps coming off. And with the carnivore, it really is amazing how quickly a lot of that weight comes off for some people, and I happen to be one of them, which was great. So not going to get into the details of everything. I'll have future videos that talk about some of this, but I just wanted to get something out there, and hopefully some of these videos will help somebody maybe with something that they're struggling with. So we'll put some more out there. I'll share some more things, and maybe some of the things that I'm doing, and we'll see how it goes. So thank you, and we'll see you next time.